mama. Are we back? It is time, ladies and gentlemen, and we return once again to this amazing franchise, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD edition. We're back for some more Solid Snake action. Although I should mention that I am aware that this is, of course, is a prequel. I'm not expecting this to be a carry-on from Metal Gear 2, but I must admit I'm really excited for this one because everybody that I've spoken to, everybody, all of you kind people as well that have commented on the series thus far, most of the comments I'm seeing are telling me that this one's the best. So I am dead keen to get this one going. So yeah, hopefully we're going to be doing the same sort of thing. Couple of releases a week, 3 releases a week-ish. As long as I can keep up with everything. I've got some really busy moments coming up with work, but I should be able to keep on top of things. We'll see how this game plays. But yeah, as I'm aware, it is a what? Why do they have to confuse things and make things harder all the time? New game. I'm playing the MGS series for the first time. I like MGS1, I like MGS2, I like MGS3. Well, if I like MGS3, I mean, I'm just going on the fact that this has got to be easy, normal, hard, brutal. I mean, I liked MGS2. I'll roll with Kojima. Oh, and now we get difficulty. Okay, we'll just go on normal. Give ourselves a bit of a challenge. After the end of World War II. Oh, all right. Take it away.
The world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
The Berlin Wall. Okay, well, David Hayter's still in it. Does he voice Big Boss, who I'm assuming we're playing in this? USA Air Force 00000. Off the grid stuff, is it? Kojima Productions logo on the side, nice touch. So we're in 1964 and we're in Pakistani airspace.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Really? Looks pretty shit to me. Now, of course, I'm fairly certain this was a PS3 game. Natively.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
I wish the compiling shaders thing in the bottom left would bugger off.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Is he going to light a fuse?
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
That's a very fast 4 minutes. I might have a look in the menu to see if there's a way of hiding the compiling shaders thing at the bottom left. Well, it's not, should be too bad for you guys, this is right out of the way, but pissing me off.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius.
Minus 46.
2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
Might want to put on an extra coat, pal.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
They need to get their watches checked.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
could be wrong, but I'm not sure you're supposed to spin like that, but... Away we go. I swear Hideo's name was in almost every one of those credits just then.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds,
This is
we'll be officially
Foxhound?
organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West from one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as
Yuri
the
Gagarin, I
Vostok
know that
rocket.
name.
Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards.
That's no
I
mean
was the
feat.
one who conducted the operation.
The Berlin Wall was pretty well manned and defended.
Inside was still full of holes back then.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong then.
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Ah.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic
I love all
missiles.
the real-world footage they
President
use.
demanded that the Soviets dismantle and
Gives it
remove
that
the
much more
missiles.
credibility.
At the same time, he announced
Makes
a
it more
naval
believable.
blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return
Oh, really?
Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
How important was
What
he?
the hell
Yeah.
working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight.
Yikes.
Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
The size of that fucking crater.
Weapon so big that
Jesus.
Khrushchev is ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Okay, alright, well, seems fairly straightforward so far. I'm not stupid enough to assume that that's going to continue, but we press on. So I guess the next question is if that's all based around Russia and the Russian Virgin Cliffs, which I'm assuming in Russia by the name, why are we dropping in over Pakistani airspace?
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar
I remember that from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Take it easy. It's been combat.
Well, obviously it was here first, but I remember it from having played 5. I'm not playing any of these, obviously.
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
That will be why the game's called Snake Eater, I presume. Oh god, right into that tree. Very good landing. There we go. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater on the helmet as well. Love the taking off the mask for dramatic effect. So David Hayter is playing Jack. So I'm assuming this guy is Big Boss, Solid Snake's dad. And here we go. Right, well before I continue, I'm just going to check the settings in here just to see if I can turn off this message about compiling shaders. So just bear with me one moment. I just found the setting and it just something started happening. So I had to quickly switch back.
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
Naked's
I'll be
A.
referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever
I like this layout. This is very cool.
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. Oh, and Snake,
Yeah,
the crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
Oh, what's happening now then? Is that not what he looks like? I did think to myself, like, we're playing Metal Gear Solid 5, yeah, I remember him looking a bit more... Wait a minute, okay, right, I'm confused, because now he actually looks like Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. But this is a prequel. So are we playing as a young Solid Snake in, like, his first ever mission with Foxhound? Because I'm pretty sure the Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 are set quite a lot later. This is what do they say, 61? Did they say? Or in the 60s, certainly? There is a way to get rid of these shaders. I'm just going to wait for all this to finish.
Tom, this is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear?
If you've seen me play the other two games, Major Tom, you'll know that's going to be a problem.
In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree.
We can
that's
climb
covered in
trees?
ivy and press the action button.
God, this is
I'll
like
be
a Predator
monitoring your
game.
progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Supposedly that's now going to get rid of it, but we'll have to wait and see. Right. Is that how camouflaged I am? So if I go and stand behind grass, maybe? Ah, so top right, that looks to me like that's some kind of, like, camouflage meter. We still can't move while we're crouched. Good to know. Lovely.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire.
Good.
Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too
Oh god,
happy
that was
with
the
it.
only thing that I lived on in the last
Suppressor's
game.
durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
Please tell me
I
we
have
can
to find
craft
my
new
own
suppressors.
weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets
Bodily
and
wastes?
cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost,
No
Snake,
pressure, then.
every sense of the word.
God almighty.
There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one
Cyanide.
issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll
Jesus
keep it in
Christ.
mind. You
Okay.
said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission
Oh,
advisor.
she.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS.
Got excited then. I thought that was the boss.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
But who's
You've
counting?
lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
I recognise this actress's voice.
Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body
I'm gonna have to
are
Google
like
who
two
that
sides of
voice
a
is.
single coin.
That's
They're the
bugging me.
same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier.
Didn't someone say that that gunship only had enough fuel for 4 hours? Think maybe we should save this for later?
Soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty
What noises
to the
he
end,
makes.
there's no point
Like a
in
dog
believing
growling.
in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
I'd almost forgotten.
Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Well, be prepared for me to get a few of those things wrong.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Very dramatic, we like it. Right, one thing I did say I was going to do, and I'm going to do it, when I was talking with my editor-in-chief, partner in crime. I mentioned that in Metal Gear Solid 2, and to a certain degree Metal Gear Solid 1, I did struggle a little bit with actually keeping track of everything. So what I've said I'm going to do is I'm going to actually keep track with a notepad. So, when I think I found something that needs writing down, I will do so, and I will make some notes now. So we've got Boss Lady, Mentor on the sub. Don't need to write that, that's fine. Who else have we got? We got was it Major Tom? Major Tom. Major Tom. He is effectively the Colonel. This is based around the Cuban Missile Crisis. Sokolov developing new nuclear bomb. Eat some snakes. I'm pretty sure, for the time being at least, that's all I need. That's all that I've been told so far. So, one thing I did want to look at, actually, was the backpack, because if I'm wrong in saying here, so yeah, 7 out of 8. So does that mean that when we go in here, we can only have 8 slots in this here? Whereas in the last games, obviously, you can have as many as you wanted. We've got a directional mic. So I think that is trying to suggest to me that as we go through the game, we pick stuff up, we are going to have to pick and choose what we want in our sort of quick access, if you like. Food. Oh, we have some food. Nothing in cage. Calorie mate. Not eaten yet. Taste unknown. Camouflage. Ah, so we can change. Masking for disguise. So we're in the woodland. I see. That's cool. Okay, so we can actually increase. So if we go to leaf like that, while we're in the jungle right now, even just standing up in the grass. Look, I'm pretty sure that was at like 5% beforehand or 0%, but now, not even crouched down. 50% while we're stood still in the grass. Okay, that's good to know. What the fuck is it? There's a gator! Did say I don't want to leave footprints around. I don't know if I should be shooting all these gators or not. Right, how do we slice him up? Are they just gonna stay still? All right, do they not move? Oh, there's something. I see something. Probably shouldn't be wasting bullets on alligators, but we're going to do it anyway. Did he just attack me? Okay. The deterioration on the silencer worries me, because if anybody watched my Last of Us 2 playthrough, you'll know that stealth... Well, anybody who's watched the first 2 of these games will know that stealth is not my forte. I see a snake. Got one. Can I keep it? Right. So we got some snakes. A reticulated python. Captured alive, not eaten yet. Taste unknown. Very important to roll the R's in those scenarios. Oh, cool. Let's have another quick 20-minute chat. Oh no, he's seen his binoculars now. I thought he was about to call call some peeps again. Okay.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably
I like how you can do this while you're talking.
AK-47s and grenades.
Oh, right, well, let's go.
Snake,
okay,
your
we are going to have a
presence
call.
in Soviet territory is already a violation
Yeah,
of
you mentioned
international
that.
law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission.
Right.
Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage.
Yeah,
by
so done that. I'm
selecting
way ahead of you.
camouflage
See,
from
just
the survival viewer. The uniform option lets you
So
pick your
intelligent.
uniform, while the face option
Sometimes
lets you change your
my
face
intelligence scares me.
Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more
Bask in my brilliance, viewers.
Also,
briefly
don't
until I
forget
fuck
that
up,
anything that moves will stand
which will
out
come
in the
soon.
jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed.
Okay. Grass is key.
You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key
I would
is to
skip
make
this bit because I
yourself
clearly know
one with
what she's
nature.
talking about, but I don't want to miss
Keep that in
anything
mind as you
that she
go
might
along,
tag onto the
okay?
end. Okay. Right. Come on, Welch. We're not here to kill. Now, I'm assuming it says, you know, you can't be seen, etc., but I'd imagine that's just don't kill anybody. So I'm assuming that means I can put someone to sleep if I so choose.
Who's that?
I took so long to Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Let's take him. Did I kill him? Drop me the bollocks. Yeah. Domed him. Domed him. Right. Oh, come on. As if I wasn't going to start this playthrough like this. As if I wasn't going to try and take that guy on. Huh? What was that? Some smoke grenades. Like we just dragged him by his face on the ground. Right.
Huh? Who was that just now?
What the?
Who's that?
What the fuck? He just kicked me to the next part of the game. What a legend. Right, now he walks a bit faster all of a sudden. Huh? Come with me, sir. Into the grass you go. And I have some stun grenades. I'm assuming I have to go across this bridge. Yes, very much so. Don't do that. Oh. My instinct is always to press X to pull myself up. And it's not, it's fucking triangle.
Who's that?
I just hit you in the face! And again! Did I actually get him? Oh, no, he went to sleep. Okay. Alright, we're making our work of this, but that is me. That's to be expected. Maybe I should make another note. Stop dying and being stupid.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held.
He can't be here, surely.
This place is a dump.
What we seeing?
I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. And do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Can we stealth at least some of this to get in? Don't see any sentries over there. Very atmospheric though so far. Sound effects wise, feels like I'm in a jungle. Nobody down that side at the moment, so that looks like a path potentially to go down. But I don't know if anyone's keeping score, but if they are, please note I just got past 2 guards. Pure stealth. I didn't mean to kill the rat. That's what I meant. Sounds like there's someone above me.
I think I saw.
Ah!
Huh. Guess I'm seeing things.
Jesus Christ! You need to reevaluate your life. How, in the name of all that is holy and possible, did you, sir, not to see me and not react to me? So just looking at my top, so my stamina bar, right? So my stamina bar has gone down a bit. Decent stamina recovery from him, right, okay. Got 2 reticulated pythons. I've not seen any ability to actually cook the food yet. Now we're inside. We probably want something a bit more like that, don't we? This guy may need to die. Stick him in that locker, do you think? That's very. Look, I'm up against the wall. Look, it goes up to 70% because I'm blending in roughly with the bricks. This guy, unfortunately, is going to have to be stabbed. But I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this without. He's surely going to see me, isn't he?
Huh? Radio, where's our backup?
I just stabbed him in the face! Fucking horseshit. Oh, hello. Maybe they do know where I am. Because they're queuing up outside. They have no idea. Well, I mean, that wasn't particularly clean. I'm amazed that I didn't kill him earlier. I mean, I know I've been one stabbing people before, but that's obviously because they hadn't alerted at that point. But I thought 3 swipes and an uppercut with a knife to make him do a bit of the old Rikishi WWE clothesline sell. Old WWF fans will know what I'm talking about there. But I'm surprised they didn't kill him. Definitely feels like patience is going to be required on a larger amounts on this than in the last 2 games. Being a bit more gung-ho in the last 2 games was possible, based on how I played as well. But in this one, it feels like that's not really going to be possible. If you make a mistake, you're going to pay for it for a while. This was the room. Okay, that was all we needed to do, was drop in. Is he in here? Oh, he is in here. I didn't think he was going to be in here. What's he doing? Is he no, don't burn them. They're useful.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volkin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
Why do
does it mean?
Why do I get that feeling?
It means he's a man of his word.
Okay.
But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a
Just
member
making
of the
notes
Army's
here.
extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West.
Yeah.
Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure
So is there a
of
coup,
cultural
military coup
policies
that's
has put him in a precarious position.
on the
And
horizon?
On top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Ah.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Okay. Right then. So we've got Khrushchev then has lost basically his big ally, and he's losing support in his own political party.
The intelligence
Somebody is going to try and
they're
exploit
to
that,
make
this
their
Volgin.
move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem.
It can't be that good. We've got in. Well, they can't be that good, rather.
Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Wait, he wasn't speaking Russian.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Alright, time to get the boy out then. One-man army plus Sokolov. But first, a half-an-hour cutscene.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no other way. But no one will know we were involved.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Alrighty then. He must be fucking boiling in the middle of the jungle in a full suit with a leather jacket. What is... What is he doing? Kung Fu Sokolov, what are you doing, sir? Hadouken! Uh-oh.
Freeze!
Uh-oh. Well, this isn't good. Now then, are you Volgin's men, or are you just the people that were trying to protect Sokolov?
So this is the legendary boss.
No, it fucking isn't. No, it fucking isn't.
We meet at last.
Is it actually him?
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a Gru soldier doing here?
Soldier?
It's actually Ocelot. Is he just in every game?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
So unnecessary.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Well, made short work of them. Except for one guy. Oh, piss off. Oh, bugger it. There's no way he did that. Crazy golf shooting. You got blood on your hat.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Still can't believe he's still in this game. I know we're not having a boss fight already, are we? Surely not.
You're not the boss, are you?
What the fuck?
Gru operatives?
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss,
That was almost like the Final Fantasy X cringe laugh.
then die.
Thankfully, they cut it off quickly. Oh, it jammed. What an unfortunate mistake.
Major!
Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Snake kicking some ass. the one we shot with the trank, isn't he? Yeah. That's twice. That's twice we've taken him.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
So we're the one that gave him the idea to use a revolver in the later games. Okay, well, that's 3 times in the space of about 2 minutes that we've just kicked the shit out of him.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well, as we know, that is not the last we're going to see of him.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
Good, that's what I want to hear.
Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Oh, goodness me. Right, well, I suppose we better go and find him then, don't we, really? Well, these guys are all knocked out, right? So, in theory, they're going to wake up again at some point, so I guess we better be out of here. Are we heading back down this way? We need to quickly change our camo here. Quick costume change and we're good. Okay, we got a cutscene, so yep, there he is.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Look.
What is that? That's not our plane, is it?
That's what they were making you build.
Oh shit, no, it's a big missile platform.
The Shagohod. The treading.
There's what, sorry?
Tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank
Look at that.
of operating solo.
OG Metal Gear.
Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Okay, well, now we know what he's been working on. Perhaps the original Metal Gear. That's what they're after. They're going to lord that over America and use it as a fear weapon. To create like a balance of, or an imbalance of power in their favour. It'll be that guy. It's the Shrek scene. Shrek, I'm looking down. Sorry, serious face. Who's that? Is that boss lady? The one who went missing, right? She went missing.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Why?
Huh?
What's with the bugs? We don't like bugs. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Hornets.
Who the fucking hell was that? And how did that chopper sneak up on us before we'd even... Okay, so there's a silent chopper, apparently. There's some wasp whisperer. And the boss has double-crossed us. And they've just nabbed Sokolov away. So who the hell is that guy?
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
What is that voice?
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
What? What do I put in my notes for this?
It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Was that Volgan?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Looks like he's seen better days.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Volgan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
So they're all GRU officers.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
Oh, Jesus.
Huh?
Dismantled the gun right before our very eyes.
seen my face. We can't let him live.
Why is he electrified? That can't be good for his health.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished.
Is this guy like a Wish Wolverine with electricity?
He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
She's gonna throw him off the side of the bridge.
The new blood has been rejected. Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
There's a lot to take in there. I'm feeling the need to make notes. This one could be a bit tricky to explain.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help the recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound.
Jesus Christ.
If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely.
Expected to remember all this?
Understood?
No.
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Right, just quickly before we move on. So let's just go back to what the hell we've just seen. So we've got Shagalad, fantastic fucking name by the way. It's this weapon that can launch nuclear IRBMs, which intergalactic range ballistic missiles, I think it stands for, something along those lines. That's what Sokolov was working on, and now we've just met Volgin, the head of the GRU, who's also maybe a member of Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz, I think, is the USSR Special Forces or Soviet Union Special Forces, and the name that the boss used was Cobras. I'm fairly certain that was the name of her original group, because that's why we got called Snake, because there was a link between that and the fact that it was called Cobras in the first place. So that's what I picked up from that. Plus there were some very odd looking people in that helicopter, which snuck up on us silently, by the way. So we had a guy that looked like the Thing from Fantastic Four. We had a guy whose eyes popped out of their sockets. We had a guy that then appeared who looked like a weird version of Emperor Palpatine, who appeared behind the boss lady. And there was one other person on the plane that I can't remember, on the helicopter, sorry. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. Right, I guess we better get healed up then. Right, now I've got to remember what they said. So, bone fractured, no bandage applied. So this is going to require surgery, right? So okay, so we fix it in place. Oh, sorry, hang on. And now we've got to do the bandage. Okay, so that's that done. We've got a cut, suffering from deep cut bleeding, no bandage applied, not yet disinfectant. So does it matter which order we do things in? Got the bandage. That. And disinfectant. And then do we need this to finish it off? Yes. Another cut. Okay. Another cut, more disinfectant, more of that bandage. A suture kit. Okay, so this is a bit more straightforward. I actually thought this was going to be really like properly in depth, where you had to do everything in order and you had to know what was what. But this is actually a little bit more straightforward. It's cool, I like it, but I'm actually kind of glad it's not as complicated as it first seemed like it might be. Right, we've got another broken bone here, so splint, bandage, and another cut, which is and that. I don't want that. Can I not take that off? Whatever. There we go. Okay, right. We're healed up. But oh no, he's going to crack it back in place. Holy shit, that sounded painful. Well, you've got to go into full jungle survival mode now, you would think. Oh, is that where he gets his famous... Oh no, okay. Ignore me.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Not sure a plane flying past at God knows how many hundreds of miles an hour, yanking me along while I'm in this condition, is the best of ideas. What are we looking at there? Holy shit, they're literally carrying that thing? Because Sokolov originally said he was working on... Shagohod, sorry. Shagalad. Shagahod. Originally, it was stated that Sokolov was working on a new nuclear bomb. It turns out he was working on a device to deliver the nuclear bomb. What the hell? They've got some kind of like telepathic link between the two of them. It's like Vader and Luke Skywalker there for a moment, sensing each other's presence almost. So where the fuck are they taking this thing? Why do helicopters always have their doors open, by the way, in movies and stuff? Is there a reason for that? Do they have them open in real life? Or is that just a movie Hollywood thing? Very like animalistic traits, aren't they?
A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Is that? Should we know who she is?
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Odd Harvey Dent Two-Face over there.
Sokolov's woman.
What? Sokolov's wife? She's in America, isn't she? Which is a little mistress.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear.
What's that? Is that the death pill? Is that the cyanide pill? No.
A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility.
Jesus Christ, at the state of that thing.
Marvelous new toy and try.
What the
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Holy shit, he just launched a nuke. He's just launched a nuke at the research facility. Even Ocelot's like, what the hell? Alright, well, we're going to have to get a bit of a wiggle on. That's actually mental. So if I heard that right as well, he's going to blame that on the American defector. So even though he's got the old Cobras in, he's going to use them as the fall guys in this? Oh, man. Well, that's one hell of an intro. And we're going to get like the James Bond-esque intro now. I mean, I joke, but I've got a lot of time for this. This is very cool.
but you're so supreme.
It's just Hideo Kojima's name on everything.
Not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive.
I'm not skipping this. This is too cool. That is a impressive intro. It's insanely similar to a James Bond intro, isn't it? Probably very deliberately so. Even just the instruments and the way it's done. Very, very good. Well, we've got through the first part of the game. Now, how the hell do you pick up after that? What a start to this game that has been. One week later, 11:30 p.m., August 30, 1964.
Altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
No pressure.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
The demands from GRU, from GRU.
Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB-754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped
I was gonna say, looks pretty accurate.
I can
on
only
that one.
offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military...
I'm not sure he's buying this.
...was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban.
This is the problem.
I will need
he now has to
that this was not the action
portray strength. He has to do a sort of show a strength.
You have
he will look weak if he doesn't retaliate.
Must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
No.
Right.
Oh.
The
I wouldn't have
higher-ups
thought it would.
decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
Imagine America working with the
Also put us in touch with
KGB.
a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September
Another
1960.
one?
Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB in exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. I've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
That's it? They just dump it? I mean, those fucking speeds, that's more broken bones. At the speed I just flew out of that parachute, Jesus Christ. Of that drone, sorry. That parachute would have seriously done some damage. Let alone the fall. Oh, back in the jungle again.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, It's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it
Yeah,
would bring
but
you good luck.
he used the
Yes,
wrong one.
That's exactly right. At least that was the plan.
But
Tom wasn't the one. I think it was
I
Harry.
got the name wrong.
Yeah.
The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right, then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance, too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war.
Okay, you don't need to keep piling the pressure on.
With extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
So this is a week after. He has made one hell of a fucking recovery in a week. Yeah, so it's a week later. He's made a miraculous recovery, and we're now going in and going after Big Boss. The boss. Sort of suggests that she's going to be the main villain in this piece, then, and that Volgin is a bit of a puppet. I don't know, but he seems like he's trying to play off. So I said earlier that he's going to use the boss as the fool person for this, which is exactly what he's done by the look of it. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's the main villain or she is. It seems like it would be him, based on how he looks and how he portrays, and the fact that he's the one that fired the nuke. Would make sense that it's him, but yeah, I have no idea. But anyway, I think I'm caught up. We're healed up. We've launched ourselves out of a drone, and we're ready to go again. God, what an intro that was.